Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the USL2 Sports Complex for today's USL2 matchup. The Queens are visiting Inter Gainesville and your Shark Coast FC. We now ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Sports Complex, watching Inter Gainesville taking on the hometown Shark Coast FC. I'm John Austin IV, joined in the studio by Reggie Monsanto. How are we doing today, Reggie?
Doing great, John. Thanks. Looking forward to this one. Coming off a tight loss, 5-1, but it was tighter than that. You know, played with 10 men, so that was tough. Coming off a very exciting tie last weekend. Last-minute goal. We're looking for something similar, hopefully better tonight.
Yeah, and two teams that have been assembled. You got littered with local talent here. Looking at the Inter-Gainesville lineup, you got a couple guys that applied their trade the last couple of years at Daytona State College just up the road. In Nadai, Bismarck Ayamba in the starting lineup today for Inter-Gainesville. And then a lot of different names that we're seeing on the starting sheet for Shark Coast FC. Looks like the head coach is changing things up this week.
Yeah, I got a couple of knocks as well. You know, playing 2 games in 1 week. This will be the 3rd game in 7 days for them. So I think they're trying to get some fresh legs out there, and maybe some guys, showed something special at training. And now they're going to get their chance to show it on the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from kickoff. Would you make some noise for Shark Coast FC?
Here in the background, that is our lovely PA announcer, Phil Nunziata, on the mic, the voice of Shark Coast FC here in the stadium. It's a packed house here tonight as we get ready to go. It's cooled down a little bit. The sun has been blocked by some clouds, a good breeze. Should be a great day for some soccer. Not as much wind as last week, which, as we saw, was the kind of the bane of everyone's existence last week. Game underway. Moreno down the pitch in the new kits here for Shark Coast FC, looking very, very snazzy. The numbers are a little hard. DeSoto looks up for Brooks Beeman. Beeman's through. Oh, and Beeman just wide, but he was offside anyway. But a great through ball there over the top from Weston DeSoto, looking for Brooks Beeman. A little bit of a shift here this week for Shark Coast FC, going with a 4-4-2. And it looks like a lot of the forward, aside from Moreno, they're going to kind of rotate through.
That's a good combination to look out for today. Those 2 players played together in high school here as well. So 2 local products playing next to each other could be, kind of dangerous. We'll see what happens.
And Gainesville with the throw-in. That's Tyler Stopford taking the throw-in for Inter-Gainesville. Down the line, looking for Al-Hassan. Back out of bounds. Hytham Abdallah gives it back to Stopford. Looks like he's setting up for a long throw into Shark Coast FC's box to start the game. He's headed on. Headed clear out there by Ross Apollone. Moreno down the line pushes his former teammate by Nadai. Both Falcons. Former Falcons, and will be a throw-in for Shark Coast FC. Already more lively than the first half was last week, Reggie.
Yeah, they're looking like they found themselves a little bit, a couple of games under their belt. First game jitters are out of the way.
There is Melville, Aiden Melville, all over the place last weekend. Looks like he's going to be kind of on that left wing, but what I was talking to the coaching staff before the game, he said to expect him all over the place, which I think is where he likes to be. Stopford with the header. It is Jeremy Oba looking to get the ball out of bounds, but DeSoto will take the throw in here for Shark Coast. Looking down the line. He finds Moreno, who flicks it on. Looking for Dom Topolsky. Melville takes the ball back from Inter at Gainesville. Melville looking to dribble. He is taken down by Hytham Abdallah. And Abdallah wins a free kick for Inter Gainesville. Interested to see what they'll do with this one. Bismarck Ayamba on the free kick right about midfield. It takes. Plays it down into the box. Header won by Ross Apollone, his second header that he's won already this game. Abram Wilson clears it deep to Hector Moreno, who flicks on looking for Brooks Beeman, but Bai Nadai is back. Jeremy Oba winning quite a few headers himself there. That's back to Abram Wilson, who plays it back to Mac McCall, who just clears his lines, gets it way downfield, about a 75-yard kick. A little bit of wind, but what a clearance there. Be a throw in for the captain from Inter Gainesville, Tyler Stopford. underway. Oba wins another header. Bismarck Ayamba plays it out off of Aiden Melville. And Inter Gainesville matriculating the ball up the field. So what is your key to the game tonight, Reggie? What do you think Shark Coast FC needs to do? They have one draw, one loss so far in the season. What is their key to get 3 points today?
They need to hold the ball up top a little bit better in their final third, in the the opposing final third, which they were not able to do. They got the ball up a couple of times, trying to play wide, trying to play deep, but they couldn't hold the ball long enough on there.
Ooh, here we go, Brooks Beeman with a chance. He's got Melville and Moreno with him. Oh.
And again, having Brooks in, Brooks was not here the first game. Having him here is going to make a big difference, I think. And it's still getting to hold the ball a little bit longer in the final third to make things dangerous and keep Gainesville on the back foot.
And Beeman there had time, tried to cut back inside. Looked like the ball might have been on there for Hector Moreno or Aiden Melville, who were both streaking down the middle. But Beeman, maybe a little rusty, but I think that'll be good. Over the top seems to be the way to go. But you're talking about that hold-up play. That's Moreno's play style. He's a traditional number 9, like a Robert Lewandowski type, likes to hold the ball up and find those pacey wingers around him. So I think that could be a very big key for Shark Coast FC. Inter Gainesville recycles the ball back to Clinton Corcor, finds his way out to Bai Nadai. Looks down the line and he finds Muhammad Awal, who is fouled there, looks like by Parker Simpkins.
Welcome to the game.
Yeah, that was.
We'll see. Both teams need to figure out how they're going to find their rhythm. I think that's what happened last week. None of us really could until late in the game. And that's when we saw the goals scored late in the second half. Hopefully it starts a little sooner in this one. But we'll see. We'll see how both teams handle the adversity of the wind and an energized Shark Coast, and we'll see what Inter Gainesville shows.
Apollon wins another header, clearing the ball out, finds Al Hassan. Ayamba to take the throw in quickly. He looks for Muhammad Awal, but it's intercepted. Moreno flicks on, but it's back to Inter Gainesville. And I can already say Inter Gainesville looks like a much more attack-minded team than the Sporting Jack setup that we saw last week from the very beginning.
That could have been first game jitters too. Parking the bus, let's see what the other team has to offer. Get them on the counter. These guys are not looking for that at all.
No.
Go.
A lot of pace on the outside for Inter Gainesville. DeSoto's looking down the line. Finds Moreno, flicks on. Reginald Eldime goes back to his goalkeeper, Jordan's Pierre. Pierre surveys the field, and he looks like he's just going to lump it downfield. Through ball all the way through. And the shot by Jeremy Oba is blocked by Weston DeSoto, and we have our first corner of the game. Inter Gainesville with the first chance. Looks like that'll be Danielson McComb to take the corner. He takes it short to Abdallah, who plays it in. And there's a header. McCall with the stop. But Stopford cleans up the pieces, and Inter Gainesville takes the lead in the first 7 minutes. Great stop by McCall, but it goes right into the path of Tyler Stopford, and he fires home from very close range, and it is 1-0 Inter Gainesville at the beginning of this game.
Goal scored by number 25, Tyler Stopford.
Not the start that you're looking for if you are Shark Coast FC here, Reggie. What went wrong there?
Well, it looks like they work on their set pieces. It was short. It was by design. They found their open man in the middle who unfortunately headed it straight to the goalkeeper, couldn't keep his hands on it, and they would have thrown the rebound. So I think probably needs a better man marking, and we need to be prepared for those short corners going forward, and get a little bit of unluckiness, I think, as well.
Yeah, that's was one of those. McCall just spilled it. I mean, he made a great reaction save there straight away, but it spills right into the path of Tyler Stopford. That's a tale as old as time. But a great whipped cross in from Hytham Abdallah there. Great bend on it to find the head. I believe that was Jeremy Oba that headed it toward McCall's goal, and he just couldn't quite hang on to it. And Inter Gainesville with an early lead here at the NSB Municipal Sports Complex. Interested to see how Shark Coast FC can respond here. There's Oba again dropping into the midfield. He finds Ayamba, who sprays it out wide to Bai Nadai. His pass is intercepted by Abram Wilson. Back to Wilson, who looks over the top for Brooks Beeman. Very calm defending there from Clinton Corcor. Looked like Beeman might have had him beat. Some good sportsmanship, though, as they both get up off the deck. A lot of speed here. Al Hassan. Very, very pacey on the outside. Interesting tactics here from Inter Gainesville, where it seems like almost their entire team, aside from their back four, is interchangeable. You see guys going forward. That one is up top to Al Hassan. Parker Simpkins just cleans up the pieces and settles for a Inter Gainesville throw-in. Oh, it'll be a Shark Coast FC throw-in. Correction. Thank you, Reggie.
Smart by the defender kicking it off the offensive player there. We'll see how Shark Coast responds here. They did last week. I think unfortunate on Wednesday they could not. They were shorthanded and it was just an uphill battle the whole time. They were able to score a goal with 10 men. So hopefully we'll see the same kind of resilience tonight.
A little overzealous there. Foul on Inter Gainesville. Tackled Aiden Melville. It'll be a free kick for Shark Coast FC. Just about 10 minutes gone here in the first half. This game already a lot more open than the game last week, and I think that's just the way that you said, Reggie, where it's going to be that way throughout the season, be a little bit more open. Teams aren't as buttoned up. You can see the ball rolling with the wind.
Also the turf, right? Turf's going to be speedy, it's dry, windy, compared to natural grass.
The top ball, the die clears though for Inter Gainesville. Mark Ayamba looking over the top for Al Hassan again, but McCall calmly collects. Abram Wilson plays, or that's Parker Simpkins plays the ball back to McCall. Parker Simpkins, a player we didn't get to see last week. The VCU defender here in town, playing right back. Weston DeSoto, Servan, he's got Apollon back, but he finds Melville, plays it down the line, but there's no one up there. Jordan's Pierre gonna collect. He slices his clearance out of bounds. It'll be an attacking position throw-in for Shark Coast FC. Brooks Beeman rotated out to the left wing, finds Balbaki. He's closed down by 4 Inter Gainesville defenders. Moves it up, Apollon, another interception. Apollon with a crunching tackle, but it was clean according to the referee. Hytham Abdallah still down on the field.
Yeah, officiating's a little different than last week.
I like it. He's letting the boys play a little bit more. Letting the boys play.
Let them play. Let's figure out what's going on. Let's see if it's intentional or not. Last week the whistle was going off like crazy, which totally ran the flow of the game in the first half.
Which I think played right into Sporting Jack's hands. They were playing it slow. They liked it to be disjointed, and Inter Gainesville does not seem to be that way at all. Abdallah getting up off the pitch. You love to see that. It's like just a sore one, little contact, but nothing crazy. And it was a clean tackle there by Apollon in the midfield.
Ball first, player second, so it was the referee let it go, which I think was probably let the boys play, let's get a flow going. If things get out of hand, then you start slowing the game down. So runs if you need to.
Drop ball here will be played by Nadai. Get us restarted. Plays it back to Corcoran. Hassan. He plays across, but there was no one there. But nice quick feet there from Al Hassan to go down the line. He has a lot of pace, Reggie. Danielson McComb loses the ball. Weston DeSoto clears it back up the field looking for Hector Moreno. He gets a little bump in the back. The referee says that was a little bit too much. Stopping standing over the free kick. Stopping Shark Coast from taking it too quickly. Polsky, who was the goal scorer last week, plays it to Balbaki. Out to Parker Simpkins. Up. Flick on. Shark Coast has the ball down. Plays it outside to Beeman. Beeman looking for Moreno. Oh, and Moreno skies the header. That was what he was looking for. Great cross there from Brooks Beeman. But Moreno just a little bit too much on it. It went over the head of Jordan's Pierre. I do wonder if Moreno thought that the goalkeeper was going to get that one.
And the wind, I think, had something to do with it. It caught him by surprise at the last second. Otherwise, we would have been one time.
Great cross, and that is exactly Hector Moreno. He's 6'5", very tall striker. That's the type of ball that you want to play into him, and you expect him to finish that 9 times out of 10.
Good response so far from Shark Coast. They're not cowering and they're not giving into the pressure. And I don't think Inner Gainesville has settled into their rhythm yet either, except for that one set piece.
Moreno wins another flick on. Beeman is fouled. It's going to be a free kick. Looks like calling the physio out on the field because I believe it was Beeman took a little bit of a knock to the head. But Beeman looks okay to carry on. The referee is making him get checked out. Baki is standing over the free kick. Looks like he's about 40 yards out from the net, maybe 45 yards out from the net. Looks like they're going to try to play something intricate down here, Reggie.
Let's see if they work on any set pieces during training this week. I'm not sure if they were since they had a game, but they drew a couple things up on the whiteboard. See what happens.
Almost everybody forward for Shark Coast. Beeman's checked out. Looks like he's ready to re-enter. Will is buying to die, so it's 10v10 right now. Trying to kind of chip that ball to the back post, but the wind just carried out of bounds. Pierre watches it go harmlessly by his net, and Nadai and Beeman re-enter the game. About 17 minutes into this game so far. Both teams still finding their rhythm, but a lot more fast-paced than what we saw last week. Better flow, I would say, which I think is something that'll keep happening. Apollon wins another header. That might count his 5th so far. Soto clears it. Ayamba gets his head on it. Beeman is on the outside, off to the races. But by Nadai with a great tackle there to dispossess Beeman. Plays it up to McCone. McCone is going down the line. Looking for Al Hassan. Man, he is fast. But great defense there from Abram Wilson to use his body, put himself between the ball and Al Hassan. Goes back away harmlessly. McCone in the midfield. Dribbling down the line. McCone was looking for a foul, but the referee is not obliging him. Plays it deep to Tyler Stopford. Again, just a little bit too much. And it'll be a Shark Coast FC throw-in.
So it's not working?
Yellow card issued to Inter Gainesville number 2, Gainesville.
Back after a few little technical difficulties, but getting it restarted here. Short Coast FC, just a yellow card behind a die. Inter Gainesville gets the first yellow card of the game a few minutes ago. Short Coast FC maybe getting a fire lit under them, looking like a little bit more intent with the passes. Apollon to Balbaki, plays it up to Gio Rodriguez, who's looking for Beeman. Just a little too much sauce on it. Goes to Jordan's Pierre, who cleans up. Pierre urging his team downfield. Clears it down, looking for Hytham Abdallah. Dom Topolsky. He's looked pretty lively so far today. Great through ball there from Parker Simpkins. Gio Rodriguez just couldn't quite clean it up. Back to Ayamba, clears downfield. DeSoto takes it down. Nice move there from Weston DeSoto. Sends Obot to the concession stand briefly. Over the top to Al Hassan, who's through on net. He squares the ball, but McCone was just a little bit too far behind it. Great play there from Parker Simpkins to clean up. Al Hassan's pace has been giving that back line of Shark Coast FC fits all day so far. Stopford finds Al Hassan, pulled back by Balbaki, and it'll be a free kick about 30 yards out for Inter Gainesville.
Set piece. Let's see if this is something he worked on at training as well.
He got Abdallah over. He had that cross into the box that led to the goal for Inter Gainesville so far that separates the two teams. Abdallah standing over it. Line set about just 3 yards beyond the penalty spot. A little bit of a low cross in there, and it's cleared pretty easily by Abram Wilson.
Sure, that's what he did not want to do.
No,
I'm not sure if they worked on that one.
not intentional on that one.
They're also kicking into the wind. Wind has been a factor so far.
It has been. He saw that Hector Moreno chance a few minutes ago.
It's blowing too hard in Shark Coast's favor, going right into Gainesville, whatever they're trying to do in the air.
Great pass out wide from Bismarck Ayamba to Tyler Stopford. Gio Rodriguez tries to play it off of him, but it went out of bounds beforehand. Stopford will take the throw in.
It's a little confusing because there's multiple lines on a multi-purpose field. Linesman might have messed that one up. I don't think the ball was out. But
Brooks Beeman. Oh, cleaned up Clinton Corcor. Stops Brooks Beeman. He had a head full of steam and Hector Moreno streaking next to him. Aiden Melville will take the throw in back to Beeman. Finds Melville up the line. He's looking down. First corner of the game for Shark Coast FC as Rodriguez plays it off of Corcor. You can hear in the background the Jaws theme music. Corner played quickly. Chipped in. Corcor heads it. Jordan's Pierre collects. Not much threat on that corner. You'd like to see a little bit more from that, Reggie.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure if they have a lot of time to work on set pieces, but you would like to see a lot more creativity if that's one of the only opportunities to the moment right now. Except for some good moves from Beeman on the outside and Hector. And we're trying to control the game, but we have not had a lot of opportunities. We have to make those set pieces count.
Ayamba in the midfield has been kind of a space eater, playing that defensive midfield. His favorite athlete of all time is Sergio Busquets, and he has been playing a lot like Sergio Busquets in that prime Barcelona, just eating up space. It seems like every time Shark Coast tries to get anything going, he just vacuums it up. Nice little pass there from Beeman over to Topolsky. Beeman looks like he was fouled. The referee gives a free kick to Shark Coast. Just past half field. Bit of gamesmanship from Bismarck Ayamba there. Ian Balbaki getting into it a little bit.
The referee's giving Tyler a stop for the warning.
Yep.
So, which means next bad foul is going to be the yellow card. And that's his way of controlling the game, and I appreciate that compared to what happened last week.
Yeah, the referee, he's been doing a great job so far. I think he's let him play. The boys are getting a little heated here and there, as we saw. A little dust up between Nadai and Melville on the far side of the field a few minutes back. Now Balbaki and Ayamba getting into it a little bit over who had the ball. Melville takes it quickly to DeSoto. He's looking to whip one in. Diving header there from Reginald Eldime. It's over the top, and Al Hassan has space. But DeSoto, great closing speed there to cut off his route to goal. Al Hassan still looking around. Breezes past Balbaki, plays it back to Abdallah. Balbaki with a very cynical foul that he is going to go into the referee's book for. Just kind of shoved Abdallah in the back there, and the referee is waiting for Balbaki to get off the floor. But
that's another unnecessary foul by him. That's why he's getting the card, but it's also another set piece opportunity for Inter Gainesville.
And in a dangerous
Yellow
position.
card issued to Shark Coast FC number 8, Mo Balbaki.
Looks like this is going to be Danielson McCone over this free kick for Inter Gainesville. Just outside of the box. Looks like he's going to play a whipped ball in there. And this is how they scored last time, was Abdallah's cross was from right about this distance. Nadai making his way into the box late, but he doesn't get picked up. Cone plays it in. Ooh. And McCall saves it. A flick on by Nadai. McCall plays it. It goes off of the football goalpost and back into play. Stopford puts it in the net, but the referee says it was out of play, so it'll be a corner kick here for Inter Gainesville. Interesting sequence of events there, Reggie.
Well, it's the wind again playing tricks on the ball.
Cone with the cross in.
That's why you can't have dangerous moments in the final third. Anything can happen.
Ayamba back out to McCone. It's cleared by Abram Wilson, only as far as Al Hassan. Ooh, and the referee is going to say that Al Hassan dove there to try to buy a foul. Al Hassan lucky in the Premier League. That's a yellow card for simulation.
That's probably making a plan too, right? Get into their box. And
It was almost convincing, but the referee was not buying what Al Hassan was selling. take the free kick. Great save by McCall, though, to play that up over his goal. So that wind is tricky. Moreno wins the flick on, and Nadai just clears it down the field. Jeremy Oba takes it down, looking for Abdallah. Cleaned up by Balbaki, who's got to be careful now. Throw in for Shark Coast FC. Balbaki's going to take it himself. Finds Gio Rodriguez. Puts it back to Topolsky. Melville gets fouled there by McComb. Topolsky looking to take it pretty quickly. Balbaki finds Topolsky. Good little play there, but Stopford. A challenge with some authority on that one. But clean. Nadai looks over the top. He's got Al Hassan, who's on the breakaway. And Al Hassan, great save by McCall in net. 1v1 between McCall and Al Hassan. Nadai played the ball over the top, and Al Hassan had nothing but time. Looks like the referee is going to put another name into his book. And that is going to be Muhammad Awal with the next yellow card of the game.
Yellow card issue to Inter Gainesville number 11.
Muhammad Awal.
Muhammad Awal.
Coming back to the save, great read by McCall. Read it, took his time, made himself big. I think the offensive player might have rushed the shot a little bit. But plays like that can help change the momentum. You know,
Really
Shark
did.
Coast needs to figure something out. Running out of time in the first half. Haven't really had a lot of opportunities on goal other than the one that Hector headed over the net. But we haven't seen much from the keeper on their side. Is he good with his hands? Is he good with his feet? We haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, and McCall, I mean, like you said, making himself big and getting off his line very quickly, shutting down that angle for Al Hassan. Shark Coast playing it back up the field. Soto handles the ball and then plays it up over the top for Gio Rodriguez, but Stopford is equal to it. Wins his side a throw-in. I think Stopford is the tallest player on the pitch, and he's playing right back, which is not something you normally see, Reggie. It's almost reminiscent of Dan Byrne for Newcastle.
I wonder if part of the reason is because he has those dangerous throw-ins that they want him to utilize when the ball goes out in the Shark Coast's final third here on the defensive side.
Nice
We'll
little
see.
back heel
He's
flick.
used it twice so far, so we'll see.
Gio Rodriguez dribbling around. Back to Balbaki. He's got Simpkins out in space. Simpkins plays it around, but that wind just carries the ball out of bounds, and it'll be another goal kick for Inter Gainesville. But you can see what Simpkins wants to do on that right wing as a right back. Simpkins, who was a two-sport athlete in high school at Montverde Academy, won a national or a state championship in track. So he's got the pace to get around the defense, but the ball was just a little bit too quick for even him on that one. Here clears downfield. Cone collects, looking down the line, slices it out of bounds, looking for Al Hassan. Soto with the throw-in finds Moreno. Come with a great play there, and Balbaki has to be careful here. Oba plays it back to Bai Nadai, finds his DSC teammate Bismarck Ayamba at the base of that midfield. Melville back on defense, cleaning up the pieces. Court is there. He plays it back. It's a little spicy for Pierre. Oh! Pierre just gets the ball out. Brooks Beeman was closing down on him, Reggie.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
That pass back from Corcor was spicy. With that wind, I think definitely did not help it. And Shark Coast FC has another corner. See if they can get something set up here.
Their keeper looked up and all of a sudden he saw Shark Coast coming in for the kill.
Brooks Beeman was flying at him. So Aiden Melville over the corner here, whips it in. He finds Apollon, who's able to get good contact on it, but it goes right to Jordan's Pierre. He collects it and ushers the defense back downfield. Another sliced clearance. It'll go out of bounds. Shark Coast FC will have a decent throw in here. Soto looking for the ball, boys. Soto finds Valbaki. Dollar to take the throw in here. Looks like now he's going to play back to Stopford. The fans start to get a little bit more involved in this game. Stopford down the line looking for Al Hassan. Valbaki clears it back down the field, but Ayambo. Aiden Melville able to keep the ball in. Cone, just too much to get by. Parker Simpkins comes up. Ball's ping-pong around there, right around the center circle. Alba finds McCone. He's looking down. He finds Jeremy Oba. Cleaned up, though, by Abram Wilson. Plays it out to Weston DeSoto, who finds Gio Rodriguez, who has acres of space on this left wing. Plays it behind Topolsky, but he's also got space. He's got Melville in front of him on his right. He has numbers. And Nadai closes him down. Just wonder if he waited a second too long there, Reggie.
Second too long. Make that pass a little sooner. We get inside their 18 and maybe some craziness can happen.
Was great defense by Nadai there, though, to shut it down.
I think, it's third game in. They're still trying to figure each other out. There seems like they're missing that final connection or chemistry. There's moments of brilliance, and then there's that one, the late pass, early pass, or miscues, and hopefully they will get fixed, get game in and game out.
Looks like the side referee is calling a foul throw on that one from Nadai. And I think you're exactly right, Reggie. There have been maybe 3 feet separating Shark Coast from having 4 goals in this game combined. It's just been a couple inches here, a couple inches there that have separated them from really connecting. The Moreno chances, one you look at, Apollon with that header is another one. Brooks Beeman almost making it. Speaking of which, Beeman is on the ball out here on the left flank. He's got the drop, plays it back to Valbaki. Starting to get some intricate passing. Beeman cleans up the pieces. Looks like that'll be another corner for for Shark Coast FC. My apologies. Beeman looked like he was looking for a penalty there, but I think the corner might have been the right way to go, Reggie.
I agree. I think it was accidental contact, but try to sell it if you can. Again, we want some crazy things to happen in the 18-yard box.
Melville plays it short to Topolsky. Topolsky plays it in. Oh, it's in! It's in! Gio Rodriguez! What a finish! Gio Rodriguez with the flick. Jordan's Pierre just couldn't quite get on it.
Gio Rodriguez.
Nicely done. Again, get it inside the 18, make some good passes, connect with each other, good things will happen. There you go. Nice response from Shark Coast. Took a little bit.
There we go. Dom Topolsky with the cross in and a flick from Gio Rodriguez. Didn't even look like it was going in originally, and Jordan's Pierre gets a hand on it, but can't keep it out. It finds the top corner, and we are knotted up here at 1-1 between Shark Coast FC and Inter Gainesville with 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Jordan's been playing dangerously by stepping out a little bit. I think he was out a little bit too far on that one. I think he's been trying to anticipate some of these crosses from Shark Coast, and he got burned a little bit. They headed it right over his head.
Shark Coast, you got to capitalize on this momentum going into halftime. It looks like they have no intention of stopping. Gio Rodriguez looking for Beeman. Going to play it back to Melville. Melville with a nice little step over. Looks outside to Simpkins. Plays it back to Abram Wilson safely. Finds Balbaki. He's going to play it back to Mac McCall. Under a little bit of pressure there from Jeremy Oba. Dye clears it to the visiting restrooms. Be a throw in for Shark Coast FC with 4 minutes on the clock here.
Okay, a little bit of frustration now for Gainesville, who thought they had control of this game. Shark Coast has the energy now.
They do. You can feel them starting to turn the screw there. Melville has been electric all over the pitch. He and Beeman kind of flip-flopping almost, it seems like. Name we have not called much tonight, aside from a few flick-ons, is Hector Moreno. Aside from that one chance, really has not really been involved in the gameplay so far. You'd like to see him get a little bit more involved as they play a ball over the top. But Reginald Eldime cleans it up. Pierre plays it safe and just clears it out of bounds.
Hector, causing some errors there.
Yeah, right on cue.
I wonder if he's been man-marked, and that's why they haven't been able to find him.
Yeah, it looks like Eldime has been on him all day. Brooks Beeman looking inside. Outside for Simpkins. He's looking Eldime with the headed clearance. Finds Rodriguez out to DeSoto. Just takes his eye off the ball for a second and dribbles out of play for a Inter-Gainesville throw-in. Steinford looking up the field. Another sliced clearance. That wind is killing those clearances. Goes out of bounds. Weston DeSoto to take the throw in. Eldime with another headed clearance. He finds a wall. He finds Al Hassan. Al Hassan out on the wing. Abram Wilson in defense. Al Hassan. Looks like Melville got a little bit of a touch on there to take it out of the path. They have space. Polsky surveys, finds Balbaki, resets. Outside to DeSoto. Back to Balbaki. Little hesitation. Ooh. That's going to be a foul on Clinton Corcor. Free kick for Shark Coast FC, about 30 yards out. With the wind, Reggie, do you think they go for goal here?
I don't know again, without them having worked on this at training, and maybe they have, I'm going to say they haven't. I don't know who the specialist is. You know what? Try it with the wind.
Especially
minute and a half left.
Jordan's Pierre, not the most imposing goalkeeper.
I'm going to say he's going to want to cheat a little bit. That's his MO so far. Maybe we get a rebound.
Melville was very quick and standing over this free kick.
Again. He's way off his line. We'll see.
Interested to see what Melville can do here. He looks like he's setting up to shoot. Melville.
A little ambitious, but he's listening to us.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
He's listening to the feed.
Sometimes you gotta just
Try.
It's windy. The goalkeeper's not the tallest goalkeeper in the world. Sometimes you just gotta take a swing.
I think he was a couple of yards off his line too. So let's keep him honest.
Pierre just lumping the ball forward. Finds its way to about the halfway line. Abram Wilson plays it back safely to Matt McCall. Plays it back down the line, looking for Hector Moreno, who wins a flick on. Stopford is there. It goes to Gio Rodriguez. Plays it out wide to Aiden Melville. He's got a die and a wall on him. Down to Al Hassan. Looks for Oba. Balbaki wins the ball back. He's outside to Parker Simpkins. My apologies, Dom Topolsky. Dalla plays it to a wall. Wall tries to play it down line to Al Hassan, but Parker Simpkins is wise to it. Clears it over the visiting stands.
Looks like Inner Gainesville's lost a little steam.
Yeah. I will say that I think the most impressive part of this game, both sides defensively swarm to the ball. It seems like every time anyone is on the ball in that middle of the pitch, there's 4 or 5 opposing jerseys right on them almost immediately. No room to breathe. Gotta open a window.
See if the subs make a difference in this game. They did in the last game that we broadcast here last weekend. First legs might be in order. It's been a lot of run and gun so far and up and down the field. I think the wind has played a factor. It's been a much faster pace, like you've discussed. So see some fresh legs can make a difference in the second half.
Long throw from Nadai ultimately finds no one but Shark Coast goalkeeper Mac McCall. Clears it down to Hector Moreno, and the ball finds its way out of play. Stopford, now as we enter extra time, or added time, my apologies. Stopford looking down the line, finds Oba, who wins the flick on. Belbaki collects. Just a little too much on there for Dom Topolsky. Referee did not let us know how much added time there is, though. There's 3 minutes of added time.
The referee has indicated 3 minutes of extra time.
Cleared down the field by Abram Wilson. Corcor plays it almost a little too sharp there. Hector Moreno was about to pounce. Soto clears it, but only as far as Abdallah. Abdallah lines up a shot and just scuffs it a little bit wide of McCall's post. He will gratefully take that goal kick. I think we've probably got about 45 seconds to a minute left of this added time here in the first half.
I like it so far. I think the game is going into a nice little back and forth, and both teams want to press forward. Nobody's parking the bus.
No, it's been a fun game. A lot more back and forth. I think, we've already got as many goals as we had all last game in 44 minutes here today. So, and Shark Coast FC will get a free kick here towards the end of the first half. Interested to see what they can do with that. Looks like Balbaki setting up to take it quickly to DeSoto. Plays it back to Balbaki. He wants to find down the line, but plays it right to McCone. Finds a wall, and a wall is going to go over the top. But Apollon is wise to the game, and Al Hassan doesn't get space. That is going to do it for the first half. Great match here, back and forth. I think you are dead on. I think it's going to come down to what
That is your halftime whistle. Our score at the break: Inner Gainesville 1, Shark Coast FC 1.
We will be back after halftime. Myself, Reggie Monsanto. Very excited for this next 45 minutes, Reggie.
Yeah, but this is where the coaches step in, and hopefully they've done the proper planning to be ready for anything, and we'll see what happens. I'm excited.
Alrighty, we'll see you guys in just a minute.
Just a reminder, fans, we have hot concessions and ice-cold lemonade to the right of the bleachers. And as we hit our halftime, we'd like to thank our sponsors that help make Shark Coast FC possible. Advent Health, Adam Clark Law, Dr. Evan Five, Coastal Health, Seaman Nursery, Izzy Island Tacos and Ice Cream, JLC Construction, the Seahorse Inn, Advanced Urology, Cool Treats NMC, Better Tender, and our title sponsor, Goga, a healthier gut for a healthier you. We'll be right back with the second half right after this. Ahora me está buscando, porque quiere más de mí. Ladies and gentlemen, it is just about time for the second half action, so let's make some noise for Shark Coast FC!
We are back with the second half of action here between Shark Coast FC and Inter Gainesville, locked in at 1-1. Coach is making a couple substitutions. Josue Yuta, he gets the ball almost immediately, but looks like it's going to be a free kick. Dre Casas also joining the fray for Parker Simpkins. Looks like Yuta is going to be out on the right wing. That whole right side of Shark Coast FC getting a refresher here. Down the field. Looks like that wind is still doing a little something. Avalon stays in the game, and looks like that's Cale Saunders, club captain, taking over for Abram Wilson in defense. Dangerous header back to the goalkeeper from Dre Casas, but it does find its way to McCall. You see McCall dealing with that wind that Jordan's Pierre was dealing with all of the first half.
I agree with you, John. I think that they're going to have to take that into consideration. Otherwise, it is going to be a negative factor the entire second half.
Also entering the game for Inter Gainesville, Daytona State product, number 31, Daniel Adza, out of Accra, Ghana. Throw in taken by Japanese international Sakutaro Matsura, one of the other substitutions for Inter Gainesville. That's met by Dre Casas. Gio Rodriguez, whose goal knotted the game back up. Avalon looking outside. He finds, I believe that's Ryan Avalon. The snazzy New Jerseys of Shark Coast FC have some numbers that are a little hard to see, but Josue Yuta out on the right wing, getting into it with Matsura. Ooh, and Yuta with a step over, plays it into the box, and a no-nonsense clearance there by the Ghanaian Daniel Adza. That'll be a corner for Shark Coast FC. First of the second half. Looks like that is Ryan Avalon going over to take it. 60. No, it's Dom Topolsky, excuse me, to take this one. Topolsky with the in-swinger. And the wind takes it. Headed clear by Inter Gainesville. Balbaki to take the throw in. Gives it to Dre Casas. Goes down the field and then is cleaned up by El Dime. Seemed to be man-marking Hector Moreno out of the game in the first half.
Not giving it to breathe. And it looks like they've got 8 players back now in their team's time. So maybe they're a little nervous about that wing as well.
Moreno is chopped down like a California redwood in the box. But the referee said he saw nothing, and it'll be a throw-in for Shark Coast FC.
He's been consistent. I'm going to give him that.
Yeah, it was fair. Having covered Hector for a couple years now, the theatrics are definitely part of his game. Oh, I don't know about that one. Ball goes out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Matsura.
He's a lot closer to the call than we are, but
those angles can mess with you on a soccer pitch.
there is some experience here in the booth. Just saying.
Reggie, as an Arsenal fan, he's all too familiar with refereeing decisions being bad.
Still celebrating too, by the way.
Sometimes they're good for you, sometimes they're bad for you, Reggie. That's just the way the world works.
Yep.
Cale Saunders with the interception, plays it out to Dre Casas, who's looking over the top. Adza clears it, but he goes right to Gio Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking for a shot. Looks like that's going to skirt out for a throw-in. That will be taken by Dre Casas. But the way that the Sharks are setting up, it looks like it's going to be a long throw from Dre Casas, the Miami product. Great toss there, but quite sure what the call was there. Might have been a foul throw from Casas. We've seen both linesmen call that today. They called one on Bind to Die in the first half. Foul throw, not something you normally see at this level. Sora goes down the line. It's cleared by Dre Casas. He'll get another throw in about 35 yards further up the pitch. Run by Oba. It's collected by Balbaki. Finds its way back to the captain, Cale Saunders. Clears it deep. He's looking. Oh. And is out on the wing. Passed in. Hector Moreno collects it. He is just kind of bullied off the ball there by the substitute, Usman Garba.
The hope is, I think, if they keep feeding the ball, one of those will be called a foul.
Yeah. Or he puts one in the top bins. That's what he's done his whole career.
We'll take either at this point.
Hector Moreno last year set a record for, I believe, it was FC Tucson in the USL2 division with 4 goals in 1 game, the most in that franchise's history. I personally watched Hector Moreno score 4 goals and have 2 assists in 1 half of play for Daytona State. So the man knows how to put the ball in the net if he gets enough chances. Over the top, looking for McCone, who collects it. Good defense there from Abram Wilson, who has actually moved up into midfield out of his defensive position as Cale Saunders takes over that center back. Great filling in there from Abram Wilson in that first half. Moreno plays it out, finds Gio Rodriguez, looking for, I believe that's Topolsky on the wing. Topolsky with a nice little fancy step over, finds Balbaki. Goes right up Route 1 to find Hector Moreno. Good header there from Stopford. from Abram Wilson. Utah plays it back, all the way back to Apollon. It's going all the way back to McCall, who just clears it. Finds Moreno with the flick on. Topolsky was live for it, but so was Stopford. Hytham Abdallah pulling up a little bit limpy there. Anza looking down the line. Ball goes out of bounds. You throw in, looks like Balbaki is going to take it. But he pump fakes, gives it to DeSoto. Great feet there from the substitute. Usman Garba goes out and finds Matsura, who goes over the top. Cale Saunders cleans it up. Fresh legs, Cale Saunders in the second half could be a big-time difference maker. Josue Yuta down the line, loses Matsura. Oh, and another one. Nutmegs his former teammate, Ayamba, and it goes out for a goal kick. And it looks like Shark Coast is going to make another substitution here, but Josue Yuta just showing what he can do when he's out in space. Flies right by Matsura. And then nutmegs Ayamba.
I'd like to see him test the outside backs. You know, these guys, he's fresh legs. He's new to the game. Let's test him out. Some right back might be a little tired. Let's test him out.
So Gio Rodriguez makes way. Trying to see the number on who replaces him. Looks like that might be Mauricio Restrepo. No. Nick DeSesa. Nick DeSesa replaces Gio Rodriguez, the goal scorer. Got Drake Casas passing it back to Abram Wilson. Back to Casas. Finds Balbaki. It's kind of been that metronome in the middle of the park. Big challenge there from Garba, but unable to dispossess Wilson. Garba looking for that through ball for Al Hassan. And great defense there from Cale Saunders, making 2 tackles in a row. Back to McCall, who will clear it without fuss, but that wind only taking it about 25 yards down the field. Yeah, another foul throw from Drake Casas. Referees are on him about that one.
Both teams, I think, have been told to be a little bit more risky. So it's been a little frenetic, but fun to watch.
It has been. Looks like both teams, especially with the substitutions, are kind of trying to find a flow in the second half. Sort of plays it down. To Nick DeSesa. Plays it down the line to Topolsky. He's got time. He finds Yuta. Yuta plays it back. Drake Casas is looking for Hector Moreno, who has space. He just can't quite collect it. A little bit too much on the pass. Abram Wilson finds Topolsky back on the wing. He's dispossessed. Wow, that was a very heady play there.
Both players slipped.
Yeah. It's been a pretty hot day. It's cooled off nicely. It's a nice day out, but heady play there to only surrender to get a throw in for his side, Inter Gainesville.
I think the team that finds their flow first maybe calms the game down a little bit. The team that will have better opportunities. Again, that being said, the wind is still a factor, so anything can happen. A misplay, a miskick, the wind takes the ball in the wrong direction, could cause a crazy goal. So we'll see. But I think both teams are high energy coming out of the break.
Looks like the referee has called for a little bit of a water break stoppage.
Hydration break. Timeout.
Back. Nick DeSesa plays it into the middle looking for Joseph Yuta. Oh, and Yuta ends up getting in the way of a shot. It was an absolute missile off the foot of Dom Topolsky, but it hits his teammate, and his teammate was in an offside position. So it'll be a free kick for Inter Gainesville. Whew, almost back with a bang there.
A little unlucky, but good to see the high energy going forward.
Great strike, too, off the boot. You could see it had that trajectory, was staying very low to the ground, which in this wind is important. But 30 minutes left into the 60th minute here. Both teams still kind of feeling each other out in the second half with all these substitutions. I think whichever substitute decides to make a play. Balbaki over the top to Yuta. Yuta tries to play it down the line, just a little bit of a heavy touch there.
I think with all the action on the right-hand side, they moved. Yeah, Tyler, their big right back has moved over to left back. Right now, it looks like our biggest threat is coming from his side.
Looks like they're moving Matsura up the pitch. Stopper trying to shut things down over here. As Haitham Abdallah, with that cramp, not able to continue. He's replaced by Hugo De La Roye. Stopford with another long throw, won by Dre Casas though. Biyamba plays it back down, looking for Al Hassan. A little too much on it. Another Shark Coast throw in. Call almost takes a little bit too much time. Al Hassan was closing him down, but he's able to clear it. Garba looks out for Matsura. Nice little back heel flick there from Daniel Oba. Or Jeremy Oba. They're still man marking Hector Moreno. 3 players from Inter Gainesville just staying with him at the halfway line. Matsura looking to play it in, but that wind again, Reggie. Still here. I don't know if we're in a wind tunnel or what out here, but takes it out of bounds, and McCall will gratefully take this goal kick. Pushing the players up the field.
It's a factor for both teams, and if you don't practice in it and you're not used to it, it's hard to get any kind of flow going, especially if you want to do stuff in the air.
Paul plays it down to Moreno. Takes a nice touch. Another nice touch and finds Polsky out there on the wing. Wins a throw in. Western DeSoto will take it. DeSoto, one of those players, very interesting stat line. He plays at Stetson. He's a left back by trade. He scored 9 goals last year for Stetson, Reggie, which is interesting. I mean, you don't normally see that with a left back.
I think the style they use maybe it gives them a chance to advance.
Maybe more like a wing back role.
Yeah, and some overlaps. He's got the speed to be able to make those runs, to be able to come back and cover.
He's been exceptional every minute I've watched of him here for Shark Coast FC. Soto's played great. Dre Casas. Parker Simpkins played pretty well as well today. Going against Al-Hassan on that left wing. Not an easy task. Al-Hassan is one of the fastest players I have seen in person. Taken down there by McComb. Plays it back to Stopford. Looks like they're almost playing 3 at the back now to try to offset the substitution of Josue Yuta in here. Matsura up the field. Looks like he will take the throw in instead of Stopford. A bit of a tweak here from the Inter-Gainesville coaches in the second half. Got some extracurriculars out here on the field. The referee. Not sure what the referee's going to. He's telling everybody to get away from him.
Linesman has his flag up, so he wants to talk to the center refs, and hopefully he saw what happened since the referee had his back turned.
Not sure what the referee is doing here. Looks like he's going to go. Referee making his way over to the linesman. They'll be deliberating, seeing what will be the call here. He's kind of put Al-Hassan in timeout, about 10 yards from any of the other players. What will the referee's decision be here? He's reaching for the pocket. And that is a red card for Al-Hassan. Assumed for violent conduct.
Number 10, Al-Hassan.
That is a huge monkey wrench to throw into this game. Inter-Gainesville is trying to get behind the ball. Reggie, what do you think of this now? 11 v 10 for 25 minutes.
Perhaps we haven't seen, it's hard to tell who's not on the field. They've been battling back and forth. Maybe him and Avalon. I think he let his frustrations get the better of him. So he can't do things like that. Everybody's watching. We all saw it. So the referee did. Bad enough from that far away. I mean, that's 50, 60 yards away. He saw what happened and thought it was bad enough for a red card. So, again, you can't let your frustrations run around you. Play the game. Let your speed, right? He's the speed guy. Let the goal scoring do the talking. Maybe not, a legit slide tackle do the talking, but not a foul play like that.
No, and you can see it was after the play. Nothing really even going on close to it. It's pretty dead on. Obviously, we don't have the benefit of replay here or a VAR like you see at the top leagues. So the referee seeing it that egregiously on the field tells you how bad of a foul it actually was.
Now let's see if Shark Coast can take advantage of the extra man, and let's see how Gainesville changes their strategy. Losing their speedy threat up front.
I think that completely changes the complexion because most of their threats this game have come from playing the ball over the top to Al-Hassan. Stopford instantly getting more involved up top. Be a throw-in for Inter-Gainesville. Looks like another substitution for Shark Coast FC. Weston DeSoto is going to make way